So I hope you know that you have the power to negotiate with the universe based on what you think you're worthy of. So, for instance, if you feel like what you're doing or where you're working or who you're with in a relationship is taking too much out of you, then you have to stop doing that. Because there's energy all around you that's supporting you all day long. You just have to connect with it. And that energy, which is not visible to the naked eye, eventually gets replaced by something physical or by someone physical. Most of us are wanting emotional support. When we have emotional support, we feel free to create, we feel free to do things with joy. But when we feel like we're running on empty, nothing is enjoyable, we end up resenting everything that we're doing. But you have to keep in mind that it has to start with you. You can't expect the universe to hand you a new life on a silver platter. If something is draining you, then you have to decide that you're not going to do that anymore. And instead, you're going to connect to the kind of life that you feel you're worthy of. Okay, so in other words, you have to lay down the foundation, even though you don't have physical evidence that it's going to come. And over time, okay, that non-physical foundation is going to start to get replaced by a person or a new job or a new situation that's more supportive, that matches how you want to feel. But I want you to know that you have this power. A lot of people say to me, but I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You have to stop it in its tracks and start prioritizing yourself. And first, it's more of an attitude adjustment. Like, okay, you're honking your horn on the road when you're trying to get home. Stop doing that. You're not necessarily inviting support in when you do that. You're working against yourself. So you want to be able to take your time, connect to what it would feel like to be supported. If you knew there was someone at home waiting for you and you love this person, then you'd probably take your time and you'd be looking forward to seeing them. And that way you're starting to lay down the foundation of the life that you eventually want to have. And eventually those things start to arrive. This is how it works, but it's all a negotiation. If you don't think you're worthy of joy, if you don't think you're worthy of support, that support will never come. It will never come because you're accepting what you're doing, and what you do is what you're allowing to continue. Okay, so whatever you're doing right now, you're allowing it to continue. You have to stop that. You have to decide, I am worthy of joy. I'm worthy of peace. I'm worthy of support. I go through this too. Sometimes I'm like, this thing is not really feeding me. Okay, well, it's not going to change. I have to be the one that changes it. So what it might look like physically is I'm not going to take as many calls. I'm going to wait for more support to come. Or if I'm not where I want to be in my career, what will my life look like when I do reach that pinnacle? I have to start aligning myself with that life now. In other words, not working so hard, taking my time, and connecting to that energy that's always available to me, that's always supportive, trusting that eventually that energy will be replaced by the situation that I want. I hope this makes sense to you. So continue to do things that bring you joy, that bring you peace. And if it's draining you, you need to change your approach. You have to change your approach because no one's going to change it for you. You have to start installing, if you will, the life that you want, okay, emotionally connecting to that, and eventually the life that you want physically will replace the foundation that you've laid. I love you.